Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Hegseth, I want to tell you something right now. You focused our military once again and finally, and you've shaped it into the meritocracy, and you've dramatically increased the United States' ability to project power and, when needed, lethality. And as a result, our deterrents have never been more evident the world over. So thank you. General Caine, you mentioned in your opening remarks George Marshall. Unfortunately, some of your immediate predecessors were clearly one type of a general. They were Democratic generals. One of them, even in this committee, used politically charged rhetoric of the left. And I don't want Democratic generals. And for that matter, I don't want Republican generals either. I want American generals. You, sir, are an American general. You know exactly what we need. Generals at Joint Chief of Staff that knows, understands, respects, and embodies your role to serve this republic, the troops, and the mission. And that is precisely what you're doing. And I want to thank you because you do remind me of George C. Marshall. He was a great American, and so are you. Secretary Hegseth, what do you know of any nation state that ever enriched uranium to 60% that then didn't make a nuclear weapon?
Well, first of all, I want to second your comments about the chairman, and I agree. I appreciate how he does his job. Usually when a country pursues at that level, it's pursuing a nuclear weapon.
100% of the countries that have reached 60% enrichment have then produced a nuclear weapon. And is it true that Iran was in the process of building such a swarm of UAVs and ballistic missile shield conventionally, once they wanted to bake the cake because they had all the ingredients to make the nuclear weapon, it would have been damn near impossible for us or anyone else to prevent them?
As I pointed to, the President was wise enough to understand that at its weakest moment, following the 12-day war and Midnight Hammer, now is the time to degrade their conventional capabilities, the umbrella they were building of missiles, long-range, short-range, cruise missiles, one-way attack drones, that they were going to use to blackmail the countries around them to not do anything about their nuclear program when they broke out from 60%. We know that to be knew that to be their intention, and something had to be done about it, and President Trump had the courage to do it.
Well, President Trump, there's been a lot of quotes that people have been mentioning his words, and I wanted to mention some that I thought were interesting. Here's a quote: "I will take no options off the table to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon." Barack Obama. "Iran will never get a nuclear weapon." Joe Biden. "I will never hesitate to take whatever action necessary, and I will never allow Iran to acquire nuclear weapons. All options are on the table." Kamala Harris. And this one: "We would totally obliterate Iran." That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that. Hillary Clinton, 2008. So it seems to me that Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump had something in common. They weren't going to allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon, and some of them, 4 of them, were all words, and one of them took action. There's 93 million. We're involved in a land war in Asia. I get it. It's complicated. 93 million people, much larger than Iraq, but 80% of their country hates their guts. This is a regime that murdered 40,000 of them and gunned them down in the streets. They're responsible for over 600 American deaths. How long was World War II? You have any idea? In days? I have it right here. In days exactly.
I got it multiplied by 365, but
yeah, it's 1,347 days. Korea was 1,129, and our involvement in World War I, which was rather quick, was 585. How long we've been involved in Iran?
Just shy of 60 days.
60 days, 2 months. And what is the degradation of their Navy right now, Secretary?
Their conventional Navy is destroyed. They had 3 drone aircraft carriers. They have none. They had 11 submarines. They had none. They had different frigate classes. They have none. They may have small speedboats at this point, Coast Guard type vessels, but their conventional Navy is gone.
Air Force?
Likewise, functionally destroyed.
Command and control?
It's hard for them. There's a reason why there's a challenge in communicating around a deal, is because their command and control is fundamentally broken as far as who's in control and how they communicate.
We could make very good arguments that the serious nature of any action in a country like Iran, there were good things to consider before doing it. There were also very good reasons to do it. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, Republicans and Democrats, we're here now. This is an evil regime. We can fundamentally reshape not only the region, but the world. They were the largest exporter of terror and ballistic missile technologies. We need, gentlemen, to win. Secretary, General Caine, win. I yield back.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.